Coach Dan Quinn set to join us any moment. Obviously, pretty cool to get the coach to sit down with us. I'm not sure everybody knows that you and the coach have a long-standing, close relationship.
We just talk.
Yeah, maybe close is wrong, but certainly cool. It's always
respectful.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting for your relationship with coaches than it is mine, because they're always going to look at you differently as somebody that achieved greatness for this organization and grinded through it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Try my best. But think about it. I just like to let them know I'm available if need be. Not to play, okay, just to help out if I can. I think a lot of times people don't see that olive branch being handed out, being extended, and I try my best to do that, and Coach was the same way with me.
Well, I think at various times people have been scared of former players around. And one thing I applaud Dan Quinn, who's joining us right now, is never had those concerns. Thanks for doing this, Coach.
Awesome, man. Good to be here with you.
I wanted to start with something.
You want to start something?
No.
I got Brian
he
on my
want to
side.
start something. Yeah, we're going to whip you up,
you have the Punisher logo on your watch. I do not want to start anything. Do you or have you ever had social media?
Yes.
Have or had?
Yes.
Do you look at it? Do you get caught up in?
The only people I follow are the players.
Okay.
And it's just so I have a better understanding of, some things maybe in their background, their lives, their families. So that's the purpose behind it.
How much do you think, over your years in coaching, how much do you think social media has changed things or impacted the lives of players?
I think quite a bit, JP, and some for good, for sure, and also some that I think the distraction and the things that happen outside the walls can come in. And maybe the saying goes, comparison is the thief of joy. I think sometimes it can steal a little bit of the joy. JP's got that, I don't have that, BMitch got that, what's up with that? So I think that can happen at times, but I also know this is how this early generation, this is how they have grown up. So if I don't change and accept it and know that that's, that they would rather text with me than get a phone call from me, I have to learn that as I do social media. But hey,
I'm calling them anyway, Coach.
Yes, I do too. So my wife sometimes says, "Hey, old man, they don't want to get a call from you. Just text them." I said, "Well, I'm calling. I don't want no gray about what I'm saying."
B's a caller, dude.
See, the thing about me, I can text you, and I don't get anything. When you send me a text, I don't know exactly what you're feeling. But if I hear your voice, I'll read it.
Yes.
So they all know I do social media because I have to.
Yes.
But I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a bunch of lies.
I think to get everybody back current, sometimes the best part of a locker room is just being with the guys. I'm sure that's probably one of the things that you miss about playing. And every once in a while I'll walk through and just a lot of heads down on the phone. And, man, don't miss the fun of what's happening with everybody. But that's our era and our age, not theirs. But so I do have it, but it's for the purpose just to let me stay connected at a stronger level with the players.
Coach, we were in here, and we heard a lot of music coming.
Yep.
We know practice is coming up. Did you have a practice early?
No. We do it as energy also. So there's, time before meetings, we get it going pretty good.
There we go.
Team meetings, special teams meetings. So you can kind of get the vibe of who's running it, what's playing. And, I can tell you what, special teams music is different than what happens at offense. So, but yeah, we do like music and use it as an energy for us here. And that's every day.
What is it? You are such an energy and brotherhood and camaraderie type coach. It's really been remarkable to watch it get built. And even just little things that maybe folks don't notice. In all the locker rooms I've been in, most of them, it's all position groups, right? And last year, the first thing you did was start mixing everybody up. What's it like to watch that get built last season, and then how do you continue that this year?
Yeah, I think it's know if it's a Green Beret quote, but brotherhood is not something that you force, like you have to forge it. Like it's not something that you have to do this. Like you have to create space for people to lean in, have conversations, talk to one another. Of course, some people will just, whatever it is, where you're from, you just get a connection. But like the true part is like on the field, they're connected to an extension of each other. So for Brian to pick up the blitz, for the ball to be thrown down the field for the completion, you had to take the line, had to take him. We see the completion, but here we try to recognize all that goes into that. You might see the defensive sack, the other night, and maybe you didn't see excellent coverage down the field, but you saw the result. And so here we want to make sure, like when you're looking across that huddle and it's in January and it's 80,000 people and it's loud and cold, like you're looking across the huddle, not just some dude, but like that's my guy. I'll fight for him. Yeah. And if you can get to that space, it's a big deal. But around here, it's like we've got a very good environment to improve. We've got a good culture, but you do have to go get it on too. So I want to make sure I'm also clear on that. Part of the brotherhood is the play style, the attitude of how you play, giving it up for one another. Like that's part of it too. And so I think that's important to say. Like you can have a nice environment. We are optimistic. We do try to develop people. I think there's a culture of like people improving and getting better. But like at the end of the day, when it comes time, like this is how we get down. Like we've got to play physical. That's why we cover kicks. We want our play style to also be a certain way. And so I think that's important to mention.
Coach, we come out here, we are impressed by what we see on the field. We see certain players, we get impressed by it. You see them from infancy all the way through.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you get impressed as well. We were doing a little thing earlier saying the guys that we thought impressed us, what we see as a potential Pro Bowler.
Right on.
Who's impressed you this year, the guys you see come out and they are reaching their potential?
Yeah. It's easy for me to go from year one to year two because those are people that make the biggest jumps. And so I can say that early on I saw it with Jordan McGee, and I see that with McCaffrey, and I see that with Coleman, that switch to guard and what it can be. So that's where it starts for me of guys going from like 1 to 2. Sainer still is certainly one. Quan Martin is one. I thought he had a very good year. But like, man, he's further, and some of it's the unseen work. Like he's also becoming one of the leaders around here, and his voice, his effort. So he would also be one for me that is like, okay, this guy's turning into a real heavy hitter. On the special team side, Yankoff has been one that I felt him covering kicks and being physical. So those are a few for me. But Quan, I'm seeing it on, off the field. You've heard us talk about leaders like Tress Way or Jeremy Reeves, Zach Ertz or Wagner. But like Quan Martin, like that's part of our job of like identifying and bringing along other leaders. And if you have a lot of them, man, you got a chance to do good things. And Quan, he is turning into a team leader, not just, somebody that does his thing at a good level.
I always think Pro Bowl voting is a year behind Pro Bowl play. I think Quan's going to be in that conversation.
That's well said.
You talk every day, right? You get asked a zillion specific football questions, and I don't want to waste our time here doing that. But I had like more of a philosophical question for you. You've been in this league a long time. You've seen the business of football at times impact training camps and the play of football. How do you balance that with the guys of, hey, we know this is going on, but we got to go out here and focus on what we got and week one and what's coming?
I think the best thing, man, like, and Brian could tell you, like, don't bullshit the players. Like, they know what's up, and so shoot them straight and say, this is what's happening, this is where we're at, but I wanted you to know so they hear it from me first. In the old days when he was playing, they didn't have social media to say this was happening, this was happening. So I'd still try to be in front of that. So I recognize, especially, JP, this time of year, there's some moving parts with trades and things that go on and contracts. So I just try to, man, keep it down the middle with the guys and knowing that they're going through a process as well. But the guys that are on the field, like, we got work to do. And I try to make it about that. Because if we're worried about, what's not happening, like, that's Adam, his team, man. Like, I trust him knowing that they're putting that work in too. So it's injuries, it's contract, trade, like it's all part of the gig, man. So like if you can keep it in the middle and not try to ride the roller coaster, it helps. And then I also try to keep it real with the fellas. Not they know something's going on, so if I don't share that, what's up?
Yeah.
And so I'd rather, let them know than have them figure it out, some other way.
Last one for me. I know, we get excited at the different parts of the football season. Where are your emotions when you're looking at, okay, we got training camp ending, last preseason game, and now I'm ramping up for the season?
Once the next week gets passed, because I don't look forward to Monday and Tuesday. Roster going down to 53 to that spot. So then it does shift. Okay, this is the group, and I'd say I'm hopeful that the team that we have at the end of the year will beat the hell out of the team that we have at the starting point, because then you're getting better and you're getting better. So I can tell you that the one that will be starting will be strong, and I hope there's a lot of ceilings that we can go to. But I get excited, different moments, first time of the off season, everybody together, mini camp, start of camp. So it's little markers along the way, and so next week will be another one as we get prepared to start the regular season. But just like I told some of these guys who don't know, am I going to be on the 53 or the 70 or either, man, don't let next week affect this week.
Yeah.
You've seen too many people do that where they're worried, am I going to do this or am I going to do that? That's not going to help you play better Saturday. So, and I'm trying to do the same, not let next week affect me this week and what we need to do and how to get down.
Last thing from me.
You just said that a moment ago, I think.
No, B said that.
Okay.
B said that.
All right.
There was a moment in Monday night's preseason game, not on the field, when Bill runs that touchdown in, and then we see Jaden run over to the refs to get that ball. What did that mean for you to see your second-year quarterback have the sense of the moment and just the leadership skill?
Yeah. That's the brotherhood that you were talking about earlier, knowing that Zach and Terry had done that for him a year ago. And you hope next year Bill has that chance to do that for somebody else, knowing that that's his way to pay it forward, for the next one to pay it forward. So it doesn't surprise me that, Jaden was right there doing it, man. This guy loves football. If you see him on the sideline, his smile was big. He wasn't, too cool for school, hanging out in the back. He was pumped.
Yeah.
And that doesn't surprise me that he was the one. Is that the one? Asking to the next referee to make sure it was the exact one.
Yeah.
So, you hope that's a tradition that just keeps getting passed down to the next.
Well, speaking of traditions, your second year coming in the tent with us. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, man.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate you,
Always cool to be on with you guys.
Thank you, DQ.
right.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, see you
Have
guys.
a great practice. Thank you to Commanders head coach Dan Quinn for joining us. He's got practice to get to. Appreciate it sincerely. You're listening to BMitch and Finlay. We will be right back.